Follow my Instagram /NBA guy. Cue the intro.
No. Them blue strip honeys, I can't get enough. Them blue strip honeys, all these women, I can't get enough. Taking trips across the country, I can't get enough. Give me go life, I want it, I can't get enough.
Yo, what's up there, guys? The Memphis Grizzlies right now are the 8th seed in the Western Conference, and I'm not surprised, because really I know a lot of people might be surprised, but I wasn't. I never doubted the Memphis Grizzlies this season, but this has shown me something about the Grizzlies. Like, really, the Grizzlies this season have been playing phenomenal. Jaren has been playing at a good level, but he scares me on the parts where he sometimes doesn't show up on games when he's mostly needed. But another player who's piqued my attention in the Memphis Grizzlies has been Dillon Brooks. He's played phenomenal basketball, averaged a 23-point game a night ago. Really, Memphis Grizzlies have been playing phenomenal. And the question has been, why have they been the 8th seed? Mostly because they're in the harder conference. And I really want to see them in the playoffs this year. Because I really felt like last year, they would have made the playoffs. And not for Jaren Jackson Jr.'s injury, Memphis would have made the playoffs a year. I think Memphis is not done deal to make the playoffs this year too. Unless it's the Spurs, I believe they may be able to at least get 2 games out of the number 1 seed, the Utah Jazz, maybe even Phoenix if they go to the 7th seed. I believe they can, if they can at least get a couple of games off of them teams, I believe they can become title contenders later on. Because really, Jaren is playing like a Derrick Rose. And the real thing for me has been, they need Jaren Jackson Jr. Because Jaren Jackson Jr., guys, no cap, is a great player. He reminds me of young Chris Bosh and can play on the all-star level when needed. And he's a great defensive player, which is why I feel Memphis has been missing this year. They don't have enough defense. Their defense has been above average for me this year, but when Jaren Jackson, he puts their defense to a whole nother level, and he does add a little bit more offense. I definitely feel like Memphis made some great moves, getting more 3-point shooting with Dillon Brooks and other players. But again, if they get Jaren Jackson Jr. back, because he's supposed to come back this April, they can maybe become title contentions again. Because not NBA title, but playoff contenders. Because they've had a so far great season, even without Jaren Jackson Jr. And just imagine Jaren Jackson Jr. with Dillon Brooks and Ja Morant. I can definitely see that team winning a lot of games. I don't only mean to be this in any rude way to anybody who's being offended by Jaren Jackson Jr., but he's been a great player and was worth the 4th pick. He's proven his level of ability and playing style, and a lot of people last year were making videos on how he could be the franchise player besides Ja Morant, and he's proven it. Like I said, the only thing I really feel that Memphis really needs to do this year is get 3-point shooting right, and Jaren Jackson Jr. can shoot the 3. So basically, that's all they needed, and they right now can be, to me, my at least 7th to 8th seeded team. Because really this season, they were starting out okay-ish. They were like the 10th to 11th seed. And I said, Memphis can make the playoffs. Trust me, with Jaren Jackson, I said, I got Memphis making the playoffs. And right now, they're the 8th seed in the Western Conference. So if they make the playoffs, we should not doubt Memphis anymore. Last year, they almost made the playoffs. Again, I would say if Jaren Jackson Jr. was not out. That's the end of the video. Thanks for watching.